We are not doctors. Nothing in this podcast should be taken as medical advice. Consult your physician before starting any workout routine. This is the Martial Heart Podcast.
And hello, everybody. We're back. I'm back. I don't know if you're back. So I don't really mean we. I mean me. And it is Saturday, the 21st, I believe it is, September 21st. And, there's some new things. But number one is going to be sleep deprivation is an incredible way to interrogate people and break them down. And I wish I had recorded the last hour of me screwing around here in the behind the microphone, because some of it was comical. Like me watching what I had just recorded and flicking the lights on and off, wondering why they weren't coming on, because it wasn't live, it was a recording. And, cussing and throwing things around and wondering why the audio from my microphone wasn't coming out. And it was because of I had it muted. So, when you get tired, you make a lot of stupid mistakes. I'm running a little bit of a filter through the microphone today. My voice, if you haven't noticed, when I speak in my normal, just conversational tone, is kind of rumbly, and I'm trying to take some of that out. And so the only way I can do that is through equalization. I can't really change my genetics. But it is kind of funny when I speak to people in my normal voice, because when I'm out and about meeting people and, talking to customers and things like that, or even back when I would teach a class, I would stay farther away from the microphone, and I would just raise my voice like this, and I would just speak a little bit louder and, come up. And then it didn't sound like I was trying to, voice over Satan for a video game or something. But I'm trying to work on that. And I've been, and not incorrectly so, I have been accused of being a mumbler. And it's true. I do. So, I don't know. I'm trying to work on that so that when I'm talking into the microphone, I'm not a little too relaxed, so that I'm mumbling and, just inaudible. I'm working on it. I know how to do this. It's just I haven't been putting in much effort in controlling my voice, I guess I could say. Maybe some of the new audio stuff will help with that, but running a little equalization. The other part of the audio rabbit hole is this boom mic boom. This microphone that I'm using, the Rode PodMic, weighs 2 pounds, and I'm not even kidding. It weighs 2 pounds. So the boom arm that I had it on was just kept breaking down. It wasn't designed to hold something that heavy. So I kept having to tighten bolts and screws and things like that just to get it to stay in place and hold the stupid microphone up. And the night before last, while I was trying to record it, the microphone fell out of it. The entire metal peg that it's on just fell out, and I had to put it all back together. So I broke down and I bought a boom arm that's capable of holding up these, this type of microphone. So I bought one from the company that made this brick of a microphone, and bought their boom arm that's designed to hold up this big-ass microphone. And I guess it's not that big. It's not really a big microphone. It's just a heavy microphone. So I've got that going on. Eventually, Rode should be giving me some kickbacks or something. Anyhow, I know that's not going to happen. On the health front, I'm feeling pretty good. I have a little bit of nausea today. This, not sleeping well, that's still going on. But I was thinking about it this morning, and I think that I may just be returning to normal, because My sleep habits for decades now has been that I rarely sleep more than 5 hours in a night, unless without chemical enhancement. So without taking some sort of a sleep aid, I will sleep 4.5 or 5 hours, and then I'll wake up and I can't go back to sleep. So I'm wondering if after weeks of exhaustion and having to nap all the time and rest because my body was trying to recover from having a heart attack, if I'm just not returning to normal. And the doctor doesn't want me to take what I was taking at night to help me sleep, which was Advil PM. He doesn't want me taking that because I'm on blood thinners and all sorts of things now. So I was taking some melatonin and Advil PM, and I would at least be able to sleep for like 6 hours a night. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I still take the melatonin. It helps me fall asleep. It doesn't help me stay asleep. And lately it's been right about 5 hours. So I think I'm just returning to my normal sleep habits without a sleep aid. And I guess I just have to talk to the doctor about what to do about that because, it sucks. You want to sleep more than 5 hours. I'm still able to operate, and function and do everything on 5 hours sleep. I've done it for, like I said, decades. But, yeah, it gets old. Sometimes you would like to sleep longer. You can, like on a day that you don't have to go to work, and you're like, man, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. For me, that means I slept until 5 a.m. That's usually me sleeping in. And so, yeah, not really sleeping in. If I want to sleep until 8 o'clock in the morning, for instance, I can't go to bed before 2 a.m. I have to stay up. But otherwise, my blood pressure's still up, a little bit. It's elevated. We don't want to call it high blood pressure, but because the charts that I have are different. Like the one that came with my blood pressure monitor, when it reads my blood pressure, it flashes red and tells me that this is stage 1 hypertension or stage 2 hypertension. And really, it's just an elevated blood pressure. And the doctors and the nurses don't seem concerned about it at all because it's just elevated a little bit. It's not in the danger zone or anything. But it's not normal for me, so it is affecting me as far as side effects of having your blood pressure up. So I'm feeling those. But, a slight amount of nausea. Otherwise, I'm starting to feel pretty good. I don't know if I'm ready to do anything really extreme, which I don't think so, but I'm going to work out today at home. And I'm not going to overdo it. No, I'm following doctor's orders and doctor's advice. I'm going to take it easy, but I don't feel weak, and I don't feel like I don't have energy. I don't feel like I'm getting tired from very simple activity. I can go up and down the stairs. I can go out and walk the dogs and come back, and I don't feel any effects from that. And I'm walking every day at work. I'm walking at cardiac rehab, and it winds up me walking miles, several miles a day, and I'm not feeling any ill effects from that. I don't come home exhausted. I don't have problems. It doesn't seem to affect my heart at all. Matter of fact, my symptoms seem to lessen when I'm doing something physical. Like when I'm walking on the treadmill at a good steady pace, some of these other issues go away. And I don't know if it's because my heart gets a little more active and, it takes care of some of the things that I'm feeling right now. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go down into my little basement exercise area and work out today. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how I feel. I was talking to the wife this morning, and, I don't have to worry. Like, you go through this and you worry, like, oh, my heart. But they fixed that. Well, they fixed what can be fixed with my heart. So, really, should I be worrying about the heart itself, or should I be worrying about the side effects and how I'm going to recover and regain my cardiovascular health and, stay in shape, get back into doing things? So I'm starting to think that I don't really need to worry about the heart. The heart has, been fixed as much as it can. So getting it stronger and working on my cardio and changing some life habits permanently instead of, occasionally slipping. But the one thing I haven't slipped on, which is amazing, is the smoking. And I'm kind of proud of that, but I don't talk about it a whole lot. But, it is not easy. So I feel like I've done one of the most difficult things ever by quitting smoking. And it is a challenge every day. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, it's easy. All you have to do is quit, because it is not, especially getting in my truck and heading to work. One of the first things I used to do is light up a cigarette, and I would, smoke 2 or 3 cigarettes on my way to work because I have a fairly long commute. And there are other certain habits that I would leave a job site, do something, finish a job, and I would put my tool bag in the truck. And then while I close the back of the truck and I'm opening up the driver's side door to get in, I don't remember which day it was this week, but I was doing that. And when I grabbed the door to the truck, I reached up with my hand and felt for my pocket where my cigarettes would be, like I was reaching for my pack of cigarettes. And I just kind of tapped, and I went, oh, yeah, I don't smoke anymore. So I got to train my arm to stop doing that stupid thing where it was reaching for the cigarettes that weren't in my pocket. And it is not easy. It's the habit thing. I guess the nicotine is out of my system completely by now. And I've defeated the addiction to the nicotine, but it's the habit. That's the thing that's very, very difficult to break. And my dogs are trained and everything. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but after I eat or after I get a cup of coffee, the dogs go to the door and they want to go outside because they're like, oh, this is when we have a cigarette and go outside and sit on the back porch. So some of those habits are going to have to change even with my animals, because they're starting to realize that I don't go outside after I eat something or after I get a cup of coffee. So I have to retrain the habits of the animals, just like I had to retrain my own habits. So that is hard, but it's going okay. I haven't had a single relapse. I tossed out that cigarette as I got in the car on the way to the hospital. I know that sounds stupid. I was taking my last hit off of, hot box and a cigarette as I was getting in the car to be taken to the ER because we thought I was having a heart attack. Well, I guess we didn't really know what was happening, but you could assume. And looking back, we should have been like, oh, shit, he's having a heart attack. Let's go. But, I was taking a deep hit off of a cigarette and tossing it out on my way to the hospital. And I still, regardless of how I felt and regardless of what my body was doing and regardless of even if I was potentially dying, I guess, I was still going to have that cigarette. And it's a little embarrassing, actually, when you think about it. But anyhow, it's gone, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep it gone. But I'm feeling okay. And, the other day I did not feel okay. For a couple of days I didn't feel okay. But I'm improving. And I'm starting to realize that physically I am slowly improving, where I'm getting back to being myself, including the bad sleeping habits. But having the energy and feeling like I have strength to do things, just move heavy things around. So I'm going to start doing that because it's time for me to start doing some resistance training as well as doing the cardio stuff because, use it or lose it. That's the way the human body is and the mind. So I'll be doing that. And I'm going to hit the outro, and this is going to be today's podcast. So everybody, enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and take care of each other. Bye-bye.